Hello, I'm former journal and political campaigner Phil Doherty, and this is Politics Unravelled. Labour politicians don't want to hear it, still hoping it won't be as bad as it could be, but May the 7th is going to be carnage for the party. Labour's problem is that it's hemorrhaging support to the Greens, as well as losing voters, particularly working class voters, to Reform. And they're losing them in enough numbers to see them heavily defeated at the next general election, as well as not the council elections, which are ongoing. It's like Janus, a two-headed god that has to look both ways at the same time. There's definitely a metaphor on there somewhere. The polls are grim, not only in the English council and mayor elections, but also in the Welsh and Scottish devolved elections as well. And the clock is ticking rapidly down towards political Armageddon at their hands of voters at the ballot box. For this video, let's look at the local elections only. Analysis by Professor Stephen Fisher of Oxford University, using past elections and recent polling, found Reform was predicted to win a whopping 2,260 council seats. The last time round, they won 677 council seats, just to put this into some perspective. Labour, on the other hand, are likely to hold only 13% of the seats they're currently contesting. Under the prediction, they would lose up to 1,900 seats. That's Ragnarok levels of destruction to their party base. I mean, it's basically Armageddon for them. Reform is attempting to turn the elections into a referendum on Starmer himself with their new messaging, well, get Starmer out. It's the classic three-word slogan beloved by political parties. This tactic, of course, was what Labour itself used in the last general election, except then it was vote Labour, get the Tories out. So Labour can hardly complain when it's done to them. Will Starmer actually go if he gets a thumping in the polls? Well, maybe. If he fails in Wales and Scotland, he might. And if he loses a lot of mayoral seats which are up, his goose then might be cooked. But if you look at past PMs who've got a kicking in the ballot boxes, the party usually does not get rid of a sitting PM over council election results. I mean, it's not unusual for a sitting government to get a kick in the proverbial, is it, in council elections? Albeit, not as soon as Labour, but it occurs with regular monotony in politics. You see, if they get rid of Starmer, it will seem like a panic move. Also, it will be Labour dancing, yet again, to Reform's narrative. Now, if Reform can force Labour to panic and ditch Starmer, then that tactic will be employed again in the next general election. Except it will be get Labour out. It won't matter who's Labour leader and PM. Anyone new will be blamed in the long term because the general election is actually 3 years away. And that's plenty of time for Reform and the Greens to then refocus on the new guy, proving they can do it again with the entire Labour Party. And the triumphalist Green Party will also call for him to stand down, whilst claiming, the same as Reform, that it was them that did him down. All the other parties would also join in the attacks, even the Tories, who were on course in order to get themselves to get a real pounding in the polls. They'll all be circling Labour like vultures, waiting for its last grasp. Otherwise, it'll be perceived by voters as a defeat after defeat, with all the ramifications that has, with a perceived weakened party in power. And nothing would delight nor kill Labour's enemies than that. So will you remain in power in the long term? Well, that remains to be seen. As no one can actually predict the future, let's be honest. But the likelihood is he won't. And that in the long term, he's actually a dead man walking. Unless he can, of course, produce a miracle and reverse his popularity, both within his own party and the wider electorate. And from the media perspective, regarding both his and Labour's popularity, it will take an awful lot of praying for that miracle to occur.